Hi, I'm Shane Phillips, the CEO of the Phillips Group, and we're here at the largest HR event in the Middle East, HR Summit and Expo. And I'm with the one, the only, David Shing, also known as Shingy, the leading digital evangelist in the world, or in Australia, or where's that?
So Shane, here's what's interesting. I'm thrilled to be in this region for a couple of reasons. I mean, there's like 2.8 billion people or something in this region alone, so as a mass, they're already part of it, but here's the deal. If you think about the world of 8 billion people, 50% of them under the age of 30, they've never known life without the internet. So I spend time looking at what the digital cultures are looking like, and can particularly HR reflect that. Now, this is called human relations. I think that needs to be reframed into really higher relationships, because I think if you think about what HR is, their job really is to sit in a dark corner, come up with systems that are really quite archaic from the way that the culture of the internet is operating.
I don't know if HR would define it as that.
Absolutely, but I'm telling you as
okay.
somebody who's actually within HR, reflecting it and seeing it back,
okay.
It's not exactly the best reflection of the speed of culture. So if the culture can be reflected in HR as a better service, I think we're meeting it halfway. Let me give you an example. The number one thing I get from people when they're saying, hey, in our organizations, we don't get enough people responding to our surveys.
Surveys?
Yeah, and I'm like, well, okay, surveys, are you gamifying them? No. What's the input? Does it have to be at a desktop? Yeah. Why? Well, we have firewalls, but they're only on their phone. So why wouldn't everything you try and do be mobile first? Because if you're going to reflect the culture of the way that people want to interact with other humans, you've got to be part of it. And so I think HR is a great division that should be reframed, and it should be more about how to make sure that people within HR should go and see customers, whatever those customers are, the coalface investors or actual B2B customers or BDC customers, they should be out in the coalface seeing what they are, because they're the ones who have the human-to-human relationship touch. So this morning I got to speak about what are all the trends that are going on, from screen-based trends to then sort of the automation, the intelligent trends. But ultimately I think it's all about making sure that humans have better touch points with other humans.
Better touch points sounds very interesting. But so we need higher relationships and we need more touch points. What are some of the digital trends we're seeing or you're seeing? Because we're not seeing them, you're the one who sees them.
No, if you think about it, the 600 wearable, do you have a wearable on?
No, I don't.
Right, well.
See, I'm advanced.
It's a bit hard to get that over this wonderful cuff and links that you have going on.
It's like a suit of armor that I
So if you think about it, the fourth industrial revolution is going to be powered by intelligence.
Fourth industrial revolution.
Yeah, and the first was steam, the second was electricity, the third is computing. We're at the cusp of the fourth industrial revolution, which is intelligence-based.
Okay.
And it comes from all this sort of the internet of everything. There's going to be a billion devices connected to that category. There's 127 different products launched per second in the category of the Internet of Things. So what I find fascinating is that all of these different devices that we have on our person all around us is collecting data and intelligence on us. What we haven't done is reflected that back in a way that makes us feel like we're better connected.
Right. So all this data is just being wasted.
Well, there's certainly a lot of leakage, let's just say that.
So we haven't figured out how to use it yet.
And we haven't done it in a way that makes us feel like it's a habit. Because if you think about it, we're changing our habits, and we've done that in this device in the last 10 years. There's no difference to old people and young people. We all operate in that device exactly the same way, except for font size. Old people, font this big, amazing. But what I do find amazing is there's 600 wearables. The number one category is fitness. But if I ask a crowd of people who has one at home they don't have on here, more hands typically go up, so that habit hasn't been formed yet. So, things like wearables has to turn into desirables before people actually find that a category to be interesting. But until then, we're still trying to find out, particularly categories of the universe that have gone from, there's no computer in their world. They've gone from television to smartphones, and that's it. So what do those systems look like today when somebody's passively watching whatever that interactive TV element looks like, to somebody who's productively trying to understand what this screen looks like, to maybe going to something else? Those touch points and those technologies hasn't really been widely adopted.
We don't have time to go into this in more detail, so I'm sure we can catch you online.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Or you must have the Shingy mobile app yet is out, I'm not sure. But thank you so much.
Thanks, Shane.
Thanks.
Cheers.
That's Shingy, and thanks for watching. This is the HR Summit and Expo in Dubai.